It's that bad boy shit. Got a pocket full of hundreds. It's that bad boy shit. Yeah, for the grand we gon' flick. That's $100,000 in that Louis V fit. Yeah. Say she get down with a bad boy. Say she wanna fuck with a bad boy. Everybody wanna be a bad boy. But tell me, can you really be a bad boy? Say she get down with a bad boy. Say she wanna fuck with a bad boy. Everybody wanna be a bad boy. But tell me, can you really be a bad boy? Say she get down with a bad boy. Say she wanna fuck with a bad boy. Everybody wanna be a bad boy. Bad boy. Say she get down with a bad boy.
All right, what is going on? Entertainment Time comes to y'all with another video. I'm probably gonna drop this like Monday, so it's gonna be staggered. Y'all gonna see how I'm gonna drop it or whatever. So we're doing Bad Boys. We end up seeing how dirty the D really could get. So it picks up with Adonis versus Island Boy. They separate them. At this point, you see Island Boy. He has like a little bit of like it looked like scratches or just marks, because now he's done fought Adonis. He fought Banger like a little bit right before. So he's a little bit, mind you, he's really supposed to be on injured reserve because of all the injuries and stuff that he had. Then Banger steps up. Banger like, okay. Yeah, I didn't like the fact that you said I'm an addict, okay? That I do heroin, okay? I don't never do that. And then Adonis is like, oh no, you do powder donuts. Now I done met Banger before. He didn't do it in my presence. Now I could be trifling and lie and say that you do powder donuts worth of plenty, but I'm not a trifling nigga. So I'm not going to do that because I'm too credible for that. I'm not just going to sit up here and lie, especially if I never seen it with my own eyes, okay? But I really could just sit up here and just tell straight lies and say you just smoke ski slopes worth of plenty, Banger, especially after you to call me out for nothing. Okay, whatever you did before the interview, I don't know, but once again, not in my presence. So that I cannot confirm or deny, okay? But the way Banger acts, that's why a lot of people end up saying that about him, because he is so dramatic and he do that like this and he do all of that. That's why people just automatically say that he do powder donuts, because he's very erratic and he's very dramatic, okay? Now, they start arguing about this money situation. Adonis said, man, my mama gave you money. My mama gave you money. Banger like, she gave me $20. And then you asked your sister and she gave me $20. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like it's more than $20. Y'all cannot be arguing about no $20. That can't even fill up a full tank of gas today. Like, I don't think it's $20. I think it's a lot more than $20, Banger. Okay? I feel like it's a lot more than $20. Because to me, honest, I feel like if Adonis was really lying about the money situation, Banger would have been even angrier. And to me, he was not as angry as he was like with the whole Pootie situation and all of that. So that's why I feel like it was more than 20. Banger would have wanted to get him on site. Okay? So they start arguing. Adonis like, your family a bum. Your family full of bum bees. Banger like, you a scammer. You ain't your scamming ass mama, bitch. They're going back and forth. Banger's like, oh, he live online. That's what he do. My whole thing is, I don't agree with that, because all of y'all bad boys live online. And I'm going to throw it in his face again. You call me out online. So it's like all the bad boys live online. Like, let's be real. Like, that's how a lot of them make a lot of, like, some of their money. So I feel like if y'all going to say Adonis live online, Landon live online, Pootie live online, CS live online, Jada live online. I mean, Noel live online, Corey live online. Like, a lot of bad boys are online. Like, they post about each other. They go live on TikTok. They be battling, all of that. I don't get it. Like, what's the difference between what he does and what everybody else does? Everybody in that cast trolls each other. They all talk about each other, including you, Banger. So it's just like, everybody to me is like an online type of person. Okay? Now they get to fighting. And I will say, Adonis should have never apologized at the auditions. Because if you were going to do what you were going to do in this episode, why did you apologize to him at the auditions? Because I ain't apologizing for I ain't do wrong. Especially the Banger. Okay? And how he get to acting. If I know I ain't do nothing wrong, I ain't apologizing for a ass thing. Because I ain't do nothing to you. Okay? So I feel like that's what he did wrong in that situation. I still do not feel like they hate each other as much as it's looking like, because even later on in the episode, Banger and him were kind of like, they weren't joking, but you could tell like they kind of wanted to drop it, but it's too deep now because family got involved. Like they brought each other family up, they talk about each other family, so it's kind of like they can't be friends at this point. Then they introduced Prince. Prince like, oh, it's your boy Prince. You feel me? Yeah. Now I'm a boxer. I be knocking niggas out, and like, if any nigga want it, they can get it. Pause. Why everything got to be homoerotic with you? No shade. This is why they be saying you one of the girls. Like, it's just like, why everything got to be a pause moment? I wasn't thinking sexual when you said that. Like, it's just like he be snitching on himself. And I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop snitching on yourself, man. Like, wasn't nobody thinking sexual when you said that, babe? Like, you just telling on yourself. Was I the only one that thought that? I'm like, okay. Like, when somebody say anybody could want it, they could get it. They not talking about banging each other. They talking about knocking each other out or fighting. So you ain't got to say pause after that. It's giving guilty conscience, but I guess. But Prince ends up coming in, and CS in his confessional, he see another light-skinned butch queen. He don't know what to do here with himself, girl. CS said, you know, he called himself the prince, but, you know, like, I'm the real princess. But, you know, we're going to let him do what he do, and I guess. I'm like, oh, not you intimidated. Oh, I said, oh. You know what I'm saying? Not you feeling the way about Mr. Prince. Now, Adonis ends up calling out Banger again. He's like, didn't you make a diss song with him, but you buddy and you dapping him up or whatever, and you just cool with him? And I was thinking the same thing. Because didn't he drop like a song where he dissed like half the cast or something? So I did kind of think the same thing or whatever. But then they get to going about this room situation. They start talking about who's gonna be rooming, or who gonna take what bed. And Adonis like, oh, I'm gonna take whatever room Banger in, the biggest bed, I'm gonna take it. So Banger like, this blockhead bitch Adonis thinking that he gonna take my bed, okay? And I'm gonna move over. He got something else coming for him, okay? Because he ended up taking a master, which really, if I'm not mistaken, was a landing bed. But then Banger ended up taking it, so now it's his bed. I don't know about y'all, but too much liquids and stuff, and so much things have been going on in that house. You got it. You take the bed. You know what I'm saying? Like Prince said, it's too many nuts that's been up in that bed. So yeah, you got it. Okay. Shamar gives a big speech. He's like, oh, you know, it's the new season of Bad Boys, and we're gonna do our big one. Okay, so it's Big Marco. We just gonna have to we can't have fun. Everybody want to have fun? We're going to have fun, okay? So it's Bad Boys, Season 3. We're going to do our big one, and that's just that on that, all right? So all the boys are like, woo! So they get to go with ATV riding. Now, upon this ATV riding situation, Cozy was supposed to go with Natalie, and the ATV didn't start. See, God had other plans, Cozy, okay? You were this close to becoming a part, allegedly, of Natalie's, you know, harem of niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, because no shade, Cozy give Nat tight. So, you know, who knows what may have happened if they went on that ATV ride. So, you know, God works in mysterious ways, Cozy. But Cozy would have folded, no shade. You know, he would have folded. He starts talking to, like, the donkeys or whatever, and starts naming the bad boys. He like, oh, this John, this, what's his name, this person. That was pretty funny. And they show the boys like ATV riding and stuff. So on the way back to the house, we see John's group is like in one bus, and then Banger's group is in one bus. He's basically saying that Banger says that he thinks one of his picks are going to win. I do agree with him. I feel like Shawty's probably going to win the season. I feel like these are the people that's probably in the running to win. Landon and Pootie, only because of their fandom. I don't think they should win, in my opinion. But I feel like because of their fandom, they're going to ride for them and vote hard for them. Shawty, because he stood by himself the whole season. Banger, because he came in and like start up with the season. Or Adonis, because he's kind of did like the alley-oop with Banger and is causing entertainment in the season. I feel like those are the 5 people that are going to be in the running to win the money. Like, those are the only people I feel like that should win the money, to be honest. Okay? So, They get back to the house, and this is where we get to picking with the rooms. And you know who I don't like? John. You don't know why? I feel like he always saying little stuff and jokes about gay. Like, shut up. You a big punk too. Like, it's just, like, am I the only one? Like, he just always saying little slick stuff in his confessionals about like the gay boys in the house, and it's like you're in the house with them. So what does that say about you? One, and then two, it don't even be funny to me. Like, it's just like when he was talking about like Adonis and Banger fighting, talking about, oh, it's like David and Goliath, but gay. Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to do a little slick, funny, like, please, you know what I'm saying? And also, why you bragging about the fact that your license is suspended? So you ain't got no wheels and you can't, man, that is not nothing to flex. No shade. Please, that means you Uber everywhere. That's crazy. So when they get to the house, the bad boys start eating and stuff. We never see the baddies go wild girls eat. The one time they tried to eat, they ended up getting a full plate and throwing it at each other. Like, we don't ever see them eat or like really get to enjoy nothing. So the bad boys are really having their way. While the Gone Wild Girls, it looks like they giving them a run for their struggle. Like, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? So Lynx decides to be the tour guide. He's walking them around the house. He's like, this is the kitchen. This is the room right here. Prince walked in one of the rooms and he said the room smelled a little funky. Now, there's a big rumor that some of the boys was fucking up the house. There's all over the blogs. They kept saying that the houses, some of the rooms was funking up. Okay, don't funk it up. Like, they were fucking up the houses. Okay, the rooms. Okay, it was full of mosque. I seen a post the other day. John said something to Landon about how could he walk around musky like that or whatever, and then Landon replied back, said, you know, don't get started before I get to start telling your tea. Which I'm interested to know what that tea is. So they get to the room where it's like the master room, the room with the big bed, and Adonis like, oh, like, you know, I think I want this bed. I'm not gonna lie, I think I want this bed. And Banger's like, oh, that's my bed. You can sleep in there, but I'm staying in this room. And then she was like, oh yeah, you are? That's what we gonna orchestrate? He's like, that's what we gonna orchestrate. He started mocking him and stuff, right? So then Adonis switches up. He's like, oh, better yet, I want this room for myself. So Banger, you had to get out, right? And then Banger like, I'm not leaving this room. So then he's like, oh, okay. So what you want to do about it? It looked like they want to hug. I'm sorry, I don't feel like they hate each other as much as they try to like push it off as. I don't think it's fake. Don't get me wrong. I really do think they're mad at each other, but I don't think they're mad at each other as it looks like, to be honest. So they get to fighting. Apparently, security was covering them, so we couldn't really see anything. But John was saying that Adonis had Banger in a chokehold. Okay, Attica, that he was like choking them up and stuff like that. So they separate them and stuff. My whole thing is, it's been so much people in that bed. I wouldn't even want that bed. You got it. Like, ew. I wouldn't even want that bed. I would be just like Prince. Put me on the couch. I know don't nobody be on the couch like that. Put me on the couch. Mind you, this is Landon's bed. So when he comes back, who knows what he's going to do for that bed. So it looks like he's going to have to get through two people for his bed back. So it don't look like either of them are leaving that room. At this point, y'all might as well get in the bed together and cuddle and just call it a day, okay? So they on the way to the club, and Island Boy's like, all the bad boys are trying to keep their place, okay? Because there is a chain on the line, and everybody wants to get the chain, right? They have yet to give out the first bad boy's chain. On the way to the club, John is on the same bus as Adonis, and they start talking about the Mo City situation. John, you don't even know Mo City. Why are you even talking why are you even putting your input in this? You're not a commentator. You get what I'm saying? Like, that irritated me because it's like, you're not friends with him, but you're defending him, and you don't really even know the situation, what happened. Because what really happened was what Adonis was saying when it came to the posting thing, and that's why he got pissed, and the internet was on his ASS, because when Omar called him out, he did not fight him, but then we saw later on in the auditions, he fought this feminine gay boy for nothing. When Omar literally called him out and questioned sexuality. That's why the fans was on his ASS, to be honest. So it's like, you don't even know what you're even talking about. Trade, protecting the trade. Tall tales, I tell you. Like, you get what I'm saying? I wasn't even shocked by that because I'm like, of course, he's going to have his back. He sees himself in Mo City, if we're going to be honest. That's why he wants to protect him so bad. And another thing, who did you pay Mo City to have an interview with Jason Lee? That was crazy to me when I saw that. I'm like, why is he having an interview with Jason Lee as if he's some interesting person that has all these things to say? Like, that boggled my mind when I saw that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm like, okay. Like, that tripped me off all the way, okay? But y'all know, okay, that Jason Lee, he loves him a light skin trade. So, not really shocked, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? So on the other bus, we end up seeing Corey and CS, and they end up getting into it. And y'all, they are still having a feud over this crush situation, over this flirting situation, because CS feels as if Corey is too much on his body. So Corey starts asking CS, he's like, do you have gum, like rubbing on the back of his neck? Okay, y'all know Sid don't like to be touched. So CS was upset. He like, hey, can you stop? Like, you feel me? Like, don't touch me or whatever. And then Corey's like, relax. Like, come on, bro. Like, you're doing too much. Like, you're doing a lot. Like, that's a lot. Like, you was just touching on my back earlier. Like, you was like touching on me talking about Corey. And I'm like, oh, this the thing with niggas like CS. They'll do little stuff, and then when you reciprocate, they get mad. Now, I will say, though, you should not put your hands on nobody unless they want it. So I'm on Sid's side on that, but I do feel like he's very slick, especially when he's drunk, that he be giving, signs to the other boys, and that's why they start to develop feelings and think that it's more than what it actually is. Meanwhile, it's really not. Okay? So Corey's just like, yeah, I was touching on your back and all that, but you was touching on my back and all that. So it's like, you're doing a lot, right? They go back to the other bus. And John is telling Adonis, is like, oh, I lost respect. That made me kind of lose respect for you and this and that over what you posted. Thank you, Jada. Jada said, so you mad at him over something he posted about somebody else? I said, thank you. Because I'm like, that has nothing to do with you. Like, you're not even friends with none of them. So stop. Like, I feel like John's kind of looking for a storyline. As the episode's going on, I'm starting to really like Jada. Okay, Jada's one of the few people in that house that has common sense, and he be saying things that I'll be thinking. Cause like, why you mad at him over something he posted about somebody else that don't know you? And the way Mo City act, I don't think he would ever be friends with somebody like John. It's no shade. You too catty of a nigga. Like, John is very catty. I don't like niggas like that. Like, ooh, like they just like, they do a lot of this. I know it's hypocritical because I hope this YouTube channel, but it's like, in real life, I'm not as like as y'all think. Like, you feel me? But John, you're just talking. Like, that man just run his mouth like bathwater. Because if we're going to be honest, the real reason why John is mad and he can't say it is because he don't like the fact that people calling Mo City DL and they calling him gay because they do the same thing to him. That's what he want to say. Just say it. That's my whole thing. Like, let's not, I can't curse, but let's not PUSSY foot around it. Just say what you want to say. That's really what you want to say. You don't like the fact that people be ganging up together and calling him gay because the internet does the same thing to you. That's what he was basically trying to say, y'all. But he didn't want to say it because he don't want that word even attached to his name. Truth hurts. I'm just saying, like, that's really what he wanted to say. That's why he could relate to Mo City, because the same thing happened to him. So y'all, Corey and CS on the other bus, they get to arguing about this whole situation, and CS gets he like, if I don't want you touching on my neck, just don't touch on my neck. That's all I ask. You just gotta respect that, man. Like, you gotta respect that. Okay? Corey's like, man, like, I don't care. Like, leave me alone. Okay? Why are you getting up? Why are you getting up? Right? So at one point it says like, okay, but y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. Corey hops on over the seat and just say a booga booga and just starts talking them. They get to fighting or whatever. They separated them. The bus is barely as big, so they can't really even do much. Next thing you know, Corey just started getting on CS. He's like, oh, you say you're a fashion designer. Your drip is bad. You can't dress for nothing. how dare you, you know, saying all this stuff, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you don't even know how to dress, They're going at it. Meanwhile, on the other bus, Jada funny because he an instigator low key. Why John sitting there mad like a snapping turtle? He was like, now you aggravated. John got even more. His face got angrier. My whole thing is like, why are you so mad? Like, why are you mad? To be honest, I don't feel like this situation even needed to happen. It's one thing for him to have stay his opinion, let it go, but he started getting angry. And it's like, I'm telling y'all, that's why a lot of y'all be like, oh, I don't think he's getting, okay. Because there's certain situations that he be in that I'm like, this one specifically, because why do you care that much? I'm just saying. The episode ends off with Seth end up sneaking Corey. I remember when it dropped on the blogs, we saw that squabble before it hit the show. Okay? This was a good episode. To be honest, I'm telling y'all, I feel like this season of Bad Boys is better than Gone Wild. Sorry. I feel like it's not repetitive. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not House A versus House B. They meet up like the Ninja Turtles, and squabble, and then go back to their quarters, and then squabble, go back to their quarters. Like, okay, let me know what y'all think down below. We out, babies. Bye.